So ideally, what is different in push press? We try to engage bigger muscle group. We try to use our hips to generate power and transfer that power or energy to barbell and press it. That's how we press more. There is no way you can press more without engaging more muscle group. And when we do hip, we use hip, it's the biggest muscle group in our body, right? So we are able to press more. She's gonna show us how that's done, just a demo. So lift the bar, put it in front of you. Now this one, you wouldn't, let's go a little bit wider on the grip. Yeah, this one you would notice, I want you to have a little bit higher elbow, not lower. I want you to start your barbell from shoulder. Reason is, on a strict press, you're not transferring energy from hips to barbell, right? So if bar is not in contact, it's okay. You're not transferring that energy. But if it's a push press, you are supposed to transfer energy from hips to bar. And if bar is not in contact in shoulder, it is going to travel all the way here and lose all the momentum. So that's the reason you're not able to push press 30% more because barbell is not on the shoulder. This is the exact position I want you to be for push press. Start same, squeeze your butt, your jump stand, squeeze your stomach. You're going to dip and press overhead by looking split second up. So let's show us one. That's it. One more time. Good. And relax. And position is exactly same as strict press. Make sense? That's how we are ending. Only piece we are adding is a dip, right? Let's work on dip now. That's where we're going to drill. First thing, you all have to understand that you don't need to lift anything right now. Just stand, find a space, and we're going to work on dip. First thing to fix before you go to push press is front rack mobility. If you can't put the bar on shoulder, that's first important thing. You got to fix that. And second piece is going to be dip. That's if you dip and transfer energy properly and bar is not contact, it's not useful. So in priority, I'm not going to worry about fixing your dip if your bar is not sitting on shoulder. Make sense? In a priority sequence. If it's sitting on the shoulder, then I'm going to focus on how well your dip is and how well you are transferring or what's the timing. So going next piece is dip. Dip is going to be your jump stand. So I want everybody to find a stand where you like to jump. Now on push press, we are going to stay on the same stand. We're not going to change the stand. It's going to stay there. What we're going to learn here is how to dip. Dip is really important. First thing is when you dip, you want to make sure that your weight stays on your heel. You don't want to move your weight on a toes. So when you dip and you go on toes, it's going to look like this. If you dip and keep your weight on heels, it's going to look like this. Your weight is on heels. So when you dip, you should always try to see if you can wiggle your toe. If you can wiggle your toe, you know your weight is on heel. Make sense? That's a nice reminder to make sure that, so before you like press, if it's like close to one rep, I try to do this, 1, 2, see where is my weight. So makes me like I take my toes off the ground and dip and see, okay, where is my weight. I just feel it for myself, right? It's nothing that you have to really make it complicated. It's simple. As a coach, when I'm walking around, I try to see when you're dipping, I try to see where you're going on toes or you're staying on heels. And if you're doing a multiple reps, like yesterday we are doing push jerk or max reps on the effort, that's what I was focusing on, how they're dipping. If you keep dipping on your toes, you're gonna get tired really fast. It's not efficient. You're gonna get tired. So best way is to dip when you catch, dip on the, keep the weight on the heels. Make sense? Now, second most important piece is when you dip, you want to keep your body straight line. You don't want to lean it forward. So when you dip, this is natural response that you bend your hips and lean forward. It happens naturally because that's what people understand as a dip, you know. You dip, you bend your knees and you lean forward. What happens when you lean forward? You lose all the momentum. You can't keep your core tight. You can't have your hip transfer energy properly. So no doubt you're going to have 20-pound less push press than what you can actually do. So how do we fix that? What I do, we do a drill where we put everybody against the wall. So come here, find a wall and put your heels in touch of wall. You want to just make sure that your heel is in touch of wall. You want to make sure that your shoulder blades are in touch of wall. Now, dip without having those going off the contact. So I want to dip, your shoulder blade stays in the contact, your hip stays in the contact with the wall. And dip and stay there on the dip position. Dip, hold there, hold there. Beautiful, buddy. It's really good. Nice. You guys have too much toes coming forward. It will push your hips off.
Okay.
One more time. It will push your hips off. Go back. Push your knees out. Yeah, much better. That's the dip. That's the dip you want to look for when your whole body is straight. If you do this, it's coming off.
So should my feet be wider because I
Yeah,
feel like
try it wider. It's totally fine. That's what I'm trying to find. Yeah, yeah. Keep it in contact. You don't want to push your knees out. You want to push your knees. You want to push your knees front. You want to push your knees out. So try that.
So don't push them out?
Yeah, push them out. Push them out.
Outward.
Yeah, your hips still coming off the contact. Stay there. Good.
should you still feel like most of the energy is or the weight is on the side of your foot?
It's, yeah, it goes on the side and a heel.
Oh.
Yeah, it goes on the side and a heel. That's where it goes. Now you're gonna go back, push your knees out, and keep your hip in contact. That's it. That's it. Push it out. Push it out. Push it. Yeah, that's it. That's the dip. You wanna. Yeah, that's the dip. That's the dip you wanna try to master. No. Everybody, try a few more. Feel beautiful. That's what the dip is supposed to look like. That's how it's supposed to look like. Good job, Amanda. Make sure when you're dipping, you're wiggling your toes and making sure your heels, yeah, like that. So good. Don't let it come off. Push back your hips, yeah. Push your knees out. Dip, dip more, yeah. Stand up, good, good. That's a stable dip position. Not gonna feel comfortable right now. I totally get it. When you go for L1 certification, they're gonna do this drill for at least 20-30 minutes. They're gonna put a PVC pipe against you, behind you, and they're gonna ask you, stay in touch. So there is no way if you go off, you're gonna go off the touch, right? So it's really good drill to practice how to dip. Exactly same dip is gonna transfer to push jerk, guys. So not gonna teach the same thing again, but it's the exact same thing. Make sense? So dip is, yeah, that's how it's supposed to be dipping. Never dip this way. You're gonna forward you, and yeah, never dip forward or going this way. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to dip. Beautiful, guys. Perfect. That's how it's supposed to dip. Now she's gonna take the barbell on a shoulder and she's gonna show how to dip with the barbell in front of you. It's gonna change the dynamic a little bit. It's gonna change the dynamic a little bit when you have bar there. You might, when you dip, you might wanna go front, right? So she's gonna show us how to not go front. She's gonna stay straight line. Let's go.
All the way up?
Yeah, no, just dip. So hold the dip position. Good. Just hold the dip position. Now come in the side, guys, and look at her. How she is straight line when she's dipping. Stand up. Stand up. Dip. Do you see this? Guys, focus here. Do you see that? Stand up. Dip. Do you see that how she's exactly straight line? Body is not leaning forward. Weight is on the heels. It's not on the toes. And then she's standing up. One more dip. And stand up. Good. Relax. Put on the ground. Everybody, let's get the barbell on shoulder and we're going to practice the dip. It changes a little bit when you can rest. You did practice, yeah. It changes a little bit when you put a barbell on the shoulder. It feels like you're going to want to go in front. So, do a little bit wider on the grip, yeah. Hold it on my call. You're going to hold the dip position. When I say dip, you're going to hold it, okay? In 3, 2, 1, dip. Beautiful, guys. And stand up. Good. One more time, dip. Nice. Good, Amanda. Up. One more time, dip. Beautiful. Up. That's how it's supposed to dip. One more time, dip. Up. One more time, dip. Up. Rest. Put on the ground, rest. Job, guys. Killed it. I never saw this good dip from all of you. Like, really, that dip used to irritate me a lot. I didn't have enough time to teach, so. Now, second piece is exactly same. When you dip, you want to wait before you extend your hip, lock your knees, and then start pressing. Why do you want to do it? Because you want to wait the energy to transfer to barbell before you start pressing it. If you start pressing it early, before you stand up, you actually lost the contact, and then barbell is not going to get the energy what you're trying to transfer, right? So, no good. So, you want to wait before you stand up and press. Exact same logic. When you press, you're going to look up for a second and end there. So, basically, what push press does is it drives your barbell all the way here just by your hips. And then you're just pressing this much. So, you're pressing, strict pressing, last 25%. Everything else is done by your hips. That's why you're able to do 30% more. Make sense? Let's try that now. We're going to keep in the bar front. We're going to dip and press overhead. Let's get on the nice. Now, remember, if you're not able to rest on the shoulder, that's your first drill. You're going to fix that over the period of time. On my call in 3, 2, 1, go. Nice. Yeah, go. You can go all the way up. Good. One more time. Reset. Jenny, really good. One more time. In 3, 2, 1, go. Nice, Amanda. One more time. Reset. and 3, 2, 1, go. Nice, buddy. One more time, reset, and in 3, 2, 1, go. Nice, Colin. Don't keep looking up. You want to let the head through. One more time, reset, and go. Nice dip. Love that. Love that. Once you get in a contact, it'll translate more. And rest, guys. Good job. Everybody, amazing. Good improvement there. Les, one feedback. You're trying to let the bar go away from you, and do that. Try to. This happening because when you dip, you losing that contact. You know, you're not able to keep core and hip tight when you're standing up, so that makes you overarch. You're doing everything right, but you're overarching. So when you're overarching, you're pushing it away from yourself, and overarching is happening because you're not squeezing your butt when you're standing up. And it is going to happen because I'm asking you to dip. You can't really squeeze in the dip position, right? But you have to dip at your stand and squeeze before you can start pressing. You can want to engage your core and glutes before you start pressing, and that way it's gonna straight line instead of going away from you. Make sense? Let's try one more. Want to see if we can fix that. Go. Much better. One more time. I want you to look up for the head. You're trying to push it back, so your head is here. Look up, press it, and then through. Okay, and go. Look straight. So when you end, so up and straight. Okay, let's go one more time. Go. Much better. One more time. Reset and go. Good. That's how it's supposed to be. One more. Exactly same. Here you go. Nice. One more. Good. Now I noticed when you're dipping, you dip with this format where you came on toes, and yeah. So I want you to be on the heels. You know, first two was good, but then you start to get right, and then you dip on your toes, still pushing it out, but you're dipping on your toes. Stay on your heels. Yeah. Stay on your heels. One more time. Let's go. And go. Much better. Good. Rest. Good job. Make sense? Everybody.